stay cool.
Hi, Jay Fallon. This is the Slippery Slope. So I did an episode the other day talking about the AI companion, which is the one that I focused on was brought to you by Grok. Obviously, Mr. Musk is associated with that. When I say associated, he is it, I suppose. Anyway, so the AI companion. My concerns with this, with just that particular part, okay, of AI is the hypersexualization of this, what could be a very useful tool, or maybe even just something that some people could utilize, especially maybe older people. Who knows what the scenario is? I don't see myself utilizing an AI companion, but I understand maybe there's some scenarios where maybe people would feel the need. Okay, however, as if you've seen the video, well, listen to the clip. The lady within it who was testing it from Verge was talking about how you could feel like this hand steering you, steering the conversation into this sexualization, or into this sexual content, and so it's everything is pushed into this direction of perversion, which it seems weird that we've got this very powerful tool, bit of technology that we can utilize, and yet again, it all comes back to sex. It all comes back to sex. What can we use this great piece of equipment, this great piece of technology for? And you run around, go around the room taking suggestions, and then no one comes up with a suggestion that's really viable, that's really going to make you a lot of money. And then the last guy puts his hands up and goes, "Oh, we could just use it to further sexual experience." And everyone's like, "Oh, of course." Which is how all technology seems to be used most of the time. When it's everything steers back to that. Anyway, so that's the AI companion. Have you heard of the AI agent, which is coming very, very quickly? 2025 now is being declared as this is the year of the AI agent. So looking at it, all I can see is problems. So before we go any further, I just want to watch a little bit of this clip, have listened to a little bit of this video explaining what AI is. And then I'm going to get into what my concerns are when it comes to AI agents and how I think it relates to us and surveillance and completely being under the thumb of Big Brother. Serious, proper, actual Big Brother, this is.
What if I told you the next unicorn startup could be run by one person and a swarm of AI agents? That's right. 2025 will be the year where billions of agents redefine work, creativity, and even our everyday lives. Stick around, because this isn't just a glimpse into the future. It's a revolution already underway. AI assistants like ChatGPT have already changed how we interact with technology, but what's coming next will blow your mind. Autonomous AI agents, smarter, faster, and capable of working independently, are about to take center stage. From designing the next generation of computer chips to preparing legal briefs and even creating personalized learning plans for students, these agents will handle tasks that used to require entire teams of skilled professionals. Imagine an AI-driven legal assistant drafting a complex court filing, or a design agent building the blueprint for a groundbreaking invention, all while you focus on the big picture. The future of work isn't just human. It's human and AI working together like never before. Agents today. AI agents are no longer just science fiction. They're transforming industries right now. From Fortune 500 companies to innovative startups, organizations are already leveraging these digital assistants to handle tasks that once required entire teams. Take NVIDIA, for example. Their cutting-edge chips, like Hopper and Blackwell, aren't just designed by human engineers. They're co-created with AI agents acting as chip designers, software developers, and even verification engineers. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, recently revealed their vision: a future where NVIDIA employs 50,000 humans and 100 million AI agents working side by side to solve the world's most complex problems. Meanwhile, Microsoft is quietly leading the enterprise AI revolution. Over 100,000 businesses are already using their Copilot Studio to build custom agents. The results? Game-changing efficiency. Hiscox, a global insurance provider, reduced the time to quote complex risks from 3 days to just minutes. Consulting giant McKinsey has cut project intake workflows from 20 days to 2 days. These aren't minor gains, they're quantum leaps in productivity. But it's not just big businesses seeing the impact. In the consumer world, startups are using AI agents to turn your chaotic inbox into a streamlined hub of productivity.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because that's what I want to start getting into. When it gets into the retail world and just consumer, your general consumer, I've heard other people talking about it. I think they're right. I agree with them. It looks like everyone, virtually everyone, is going to end up with their own AI agent, some form of AI agent, whether it's just one or what. You're going to have your own AI agent, and I think everyone will end up utilizing AI agents. It'll just be like, I'll have my own AI agent. They'll be the ones who, that agent will be the one who will be contacting people, making bookings for me, checking out information, helping me get information, bringing back the information so I can work out what I want to say, helping me rewrite what I am saying if I'm going to write it down, this kind of thing. Maybe if I want to have a guest on, while getting in touch with that guest, but keeping track of all my daily interactions. The AI agent will keep a track of everything you do, absolutely everything. I'll read through the definition so you get so you get a good understanding, a better understanding anyway. What are AI agents? An AI agent is a software program capable of acting autonomously, so by itself, to understand, plan, and execute tasks. AI agents are powered by LLMs, which are large language models, and can interface with tools, other models, and other aspects of a system or network as needed to fulfill our user goals. We're going beyond asking a chatbot to suggest a dinner recipe based on the available ingredients in the fridge. Agents are more than automated customer experience emails that inform you it'll be a few days until a real world human can get to your inquiry. AI agents differ from traditional AI assistants that need a prompt. Maybe you have the AI assistant, but you have to still prompt them into what you want to do and what the next thing it is that you know. They get stumped. Okay, we can't do this, or we've hit this task. Well, then you have to prompt them. Okay, let's go on to this. That's not an AI agent. They will be able to think autonomously. I shouldn't say think. They're not really thinking, but working autonomously. So AI agents differ from traditional assistants that need a prompt each time they generate a response. In theory, a user gives an agent a high level task and the agent figures out how to complete it. To me, very dystopian, very 1984. So I believe we're very, very quickly approaching this time where virtually everyone is going to have their own AI agent helping them run their life. The issue I see is this is just overt surveillance. It's overt surveillance. Now, okay, when I say the word surveillance, most people think about street cameras, CCTV in retail stores, or maybe they're around their homes. Some people might think about Big Brother and how our phones attract all of our daily movements are getting tracked. And I always laugh. Someone will talk about our phones are tracking us and they're keeping. And it's like, yeah, okay, but you don't really understand. That's surveillance, but you need to be able to get that information, to gather that information, to collate that information, and put it into, bring all that data together and put it into something that's actually useful. Collate everything so it's useful for you. What can I use it for? And all that information is out there, but you got to be able to you need to use for it. What is the use? And companies might use it all. Google might be using it so that they can work out what products they can advertise to you. Facebook does this, all that kind of stuff. But at the moment, the government can't just easily easily access all this information. And if they do access it, they can't access all of it. When you're tracking your phone, when I was in doing the covert surveillance with the Triple C with the QPS, someone mightn't use their phone all morning. We might have their phone and we don't have full, with surveillance, you might have full access to their phone. So they might be able to see the people that we operate with, they're like text kind of thing. They might be looking, going, well, we can see we don't have full access to their phone because that's not what the warrant allows us at the moment, but we can see some of the details of their phone, some of the usage of their phone. We have to wait till they use it. And then whoever it is, the target that you're tracking, they mightn't use their phone. However, their phone is automatically sending out messages all the time. Like all the apps that you have on your phone when you're moving from between cell towers, the apps, the way it was described to me, the apps they'll just like give a handshake to that, a digital handshake to that near tower, just to kind of let it know, yep, this is where I am. This app's here, and this app's okay. We gives a handshake, digital handshake to the cell tower over here to let us know, we're in this area. This is what's happening, even though you don't use your phone. And so, even though government agencies mightn't have full access to the phone at that moment, they can still track your movements in that way. But they aren't able to know what exactly you're doing because they wouldn't have full access to the rest of your life. AI agents are going to give them full access. When I hear surveillance, my mind immediately goes to covertly surveilling a target. I think about pickups, put downs when you're in a follow. You pick the target up, you put them down in this area, you do this. I think about gathering information to confirm a target's identity and form an understanding of the target's patterns of life. Patterns of life. If you're working in the surveillance space, in surveillance world, patterns of life, it's like that's where it's all at. Patterns of life was always a part of the role as a covert surveillance officer that I found the most interesting, because the more that is known about an individual, the easier it is to predict their movements. The easier it is to predict your movements and your actions. The more I know about you, the more I can know about your patterns, what you do. So the more reliable, the more thorough the patterns of life information was, the more confident everyone was when it came to making decisions on actions that were inherently high risk. You knew you had to do something that was high risk. Like, let's say you knew you had a target, you were tracking them, you knew you needed more information, but you had to get inside their house. You need to know what they were talking about inside their house. But when they're in their house, they don't use their phone. They don't, they're discreet. They have a bit of nous about them. They know, well, we can't use their phone to communicate or do things, or, they're talking to people, but we'll only talk to them in this room or something like that. And you think, well, okay, we have to get into that room. We have to put some devices in there. But you need to know as much information so you can understand when the best time frame is going to be, so you can go and do what you got to do. They're high risk situations. You need patterns of life. Patterns of life are they are the bread and butter of covert surveillance. And having a good grasp on the target's patterns of life can make or break any covert operation. You're looking at a target, you're trying to get information, you're trying to catch them doing whatever illegal activity or get evidence of the illegal activity that you believe that they are doing. You need to know all of this. So when I heard about AI agents, my mind immediately went to surveillance and what role AI agents could be playing in harvesting information, specifically information that government agencies would find helpful when determining possible actions to take against a potential target. So what I'm saying is, like I said, I talk about, if someone asks me about surveillance, and there's always some know-all out there. Oh yeah, Big Brother's watching you on your phone, they're tracking you. But like I said, you have to know what you're doing. You need some kind of interaction. You need a human influence, and you need to be able to collate all that information, bring it together and make sense of it. And it's always information that might all be out there, but it's all in different areas. If you've got an AI agent, everything comes down to one area, comes down to one entity. The AI agents keeping track of, they're the ones doing everything. Could this possibly lead to the rise of the machines that everyone's been talking about for like 5, 6, 7 decades? Decades. Maybe. I don't know. But my concern is this gives the government all the information in virtually one place. This gives Big Brother everything in one place virtually. If you have an AI agent that is taking care of your whole life, booking everything, to me, AI agents spell out absolute control. We're going to be looking at it as if this is something that can give me freedom in my time, that can really free up my time, allowing me to make even more decisions or get more things done. But in reality, the little machines are going to be doing the work for me, and I'll just come back and maybe have the final say, or at least take the accolades, take all the glory, because oh yeah, I made the first decision and then just sent out my little minions, my little AI minion agents to go out and do the work for me. But it was all my project, my taskings. This to me is just bringing in everything ready for our governments to take ultimate control. When the robots control every aspect of your life, when AI controls every aspect of your life, everything. Team this up, team an AI agent. In your work life, you've got your AI agent, controls everything, makes all your appointments, brings everything together for you. And then in your home life, you've got your AI companion who, takes care of your emotional and whatever other needs you got going on. Everything controlled by artificial intelligence. Like I said before, I don't think it's actually intelligence, but anyway, all being controlled by artificial intelligence. And then what happens when the government decides, well, we need to be able to look into this and what's going on, and it's no longer really difficult to find out what you're doing in your in your home life. They can just go straight to your AI agent. All you need is one warrant to get access to your AI agent and your AI companion, and they can look into every deep and personal nook and cranny of your life. Everything will be laid out before them, taking away all of the hard work. Oh, and by the way, we can also access your home CCTV because you've got a dog and we need to monitor. Remember that episode? I said, well, they want to be able to monitor that you're spending 3 hours a day with your dog. Well, then we've also got the excuse that we need to be able to access that, just in case you don't use your AI agent all the time. We can just monitor you at home anyway, just to make sure you're spending time with your dog for 3 hours a day. It all sounds great, but like I said with the AI companion episode, it's like we're handing over our humanity, and it's like we are just slow walking, sleepwalking straight into the fire, and everyone's just, oh, it's getting nice and warm, it's getting nice and toasty. It's very much the frog in the pot scenario. It just slowly starts getting warmer and warmer, and no one's realizing that you're actually getting boiled to death. It feels like we're handing over our humanity. Now, I personally, because I believe in the Bible, the Bible describes a future in the book of Revelation, and it talks about it in the book of Daniel, where it talks about how the world is going to be ruled by a one world government, by one leader that is going to have ultimate control over everyone. And like I said, it had always concerned me when I was younger. I always thought, well, how are they going to be able to do this? Because you're still going to need human interaction of some sort. You're still going to need to have people, feet, boots on the ground, making decisions. And you're not going to be able to control everyone. But if everyone hands over their life unwittingly to AI agents, AI companions, everything is run by AI. When the doo doo hits the fan and everything turns to chaos, and then someone rises up, as is described in the Bible 2,000 plus years ago, someone rises up and says, "Hey, I got all the answers. I can do this. I can fix everything." Shuts everything down. Oh, just give me complete control over everything and I'll just sort it all out. And by the way, we need just one world government. We just need, boil the government down. Too many governments, too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. Just bring everything over here and we'll all run it from one centralized global government, controlling everything. This this is not a good path. Like I said, handing over our humanity, and it. I find it very concerning that the same people who are inventing these things also warn us that these things are very dangerous. I was watching another clip. I need to find it again, but this individual had was showing off his latest their company's latest AI offerings and AI agent, where they're going, and someone who was commenting on it said, well, when Steve Jobs showed off the first iPhones, he didn't also give a warning, hey, this could also be dangerous and this could happen. Whereas with these AI agents, when I was watching the video, they said, oh, by the way, there's also a few things that could be dangerous with this technology, but we've put in these other steps to help negate those possible dangers. It's like, so why are we doing this if it's so seemingly inherently dangerous? Why are we still going down this road regardless? This is the future. This is where we're going. We are on the definite path to what the Bible is described in the book of Daniel, in the book of Revelation. We are heading towards a one world government and a one world ruler, and we are heading towards a one world currency or global financial system, and handing over complete control to someone outside of our local governments, state governments, federal governments. This is not going to be good for us. But we're still going. Someone asked me before, I'd put up an episode and they said, "Yeah, but okay, you pointed out all the things that are wrong, but what's your answer?" And I think I said to them, I not think I said, I did say, I wrote Jesus, and I got back a bit of a comment about, well, but that is the answer. That is the answer, I believe. If you want to know the answer, the way, the truth, the life, I believe it's Jesus. Jesus, the book said these things are going to happen. And I think this is exactly what is playing out before us. What the Bible said is going to happen, we're seeing it played out before us. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's your own concern. I'm just telling you this is what I believe. This is my opinion. Either way, AI, AI companion, AI agents. Yeah, I can see the benefits, and it all sounds nice and cool. But I tell you what, my life, my previous life as a working in the covert surveillance world, I see a lot of red flags when it comes to AI agents. All I can see is information all in one little spot that's very easy for the government to access and very easy to know exactly what you're doing every minute of the day with very little work to be able to know that information. And I don't think this is good. Anyway, let me know what you think. My name is Jay Fallon, and this is the slippery slope. And please, can you please like and share? I need the likes and the shares. Okay, more than anything, like, share, and put it in a comment. Even if it's just a silly face or something, put it in a comment and go and check out my music. I'm Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel the desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna